Howdy, folks, and to illuminate or not to illuminate. We'll just go with that. Welcome back to the Lost Begotten sketch pad of random tinkery shit, where we have the numbers for my CB7 versus an Integra Type-R. Okay, and the reason why we're doing this is to show simply mathematically how a CB7 with an H22 swap can get you into the 13s faster than an Integra Type-R without, bouncing around on the stiff suspension or anything like that, and probably spending a whole lot less money. I mean, a whole lot. You can build this whole car for the price of this motor. Anyway, so as you can see, there is a weight advantage on the Integra Type-R. It weighs 2,564 pounds with the jack. The CB7 with an H22 swap weighs 2,777 pounds because the H22 actually weighs just a little bit less than the F22 because it's made of much lighter alloys. So, they both have rated 200 horsepower. Okay, I'm talking about the JDM ones, not the 195 US domestic market model. Sorry about the noise, we're doing laundry. Let me see if I can cup my hand around the thing right here and maybe block some of the sound. So, the advantage isn't horsepower. The advantage is torque. Okay? And basically what it comes down to is there's no replacement for displacement. You have 2.2 liters and you have 1.8 liters. Okay? And just on a side note, it is very hard to add power to this red top motor. It is relatively easy to add power to this black top motor. If you have the red top motor, you have 220 horsepower. If you have the blue top H23, you have 240. Anyways, that's not really important, not relevant. But the point is, you can put some decent headers, exhaust, like you can do some tinkering here and there with one of these guys and get it back up to that power if it's used, or past that power if you refresh it completely. And we're going to go into use power in a second. So here's the basic lowdown on how the numbers break down. You have 156 pounds-foot of torque in an H22. You have 134 pounds-foot of torque in an Integra Type-R motor. That is a difference of 15%. The weight ratio comes out to a difference of 8%. 15 minus 8 is 7. Okay? So, what is 7% of the factory quarter mile time of an Integra Type-R, which is 14.7 seconds? Well, that comes out to 13.6 seconds. Okay? Which is basically 93% of 14.7 seconds. 100% minus 7. There you go. And that is how my H22 CB7 is faster, at least in a straight line, very much easily in a straight line, than an Integra Type-R. So, can't argue with the math. And while we're going into the extra life of the SD card, let's see how long it takes to run out. Used, H22 is going to give you about 184, 143 torque. Used, you're going to get about 175, 121. Okay, so used, you're way better off with the H22. The best thing to buy used is, of course, a K20 or K24. Okay. Just for comparison's sake, I did put the GSR on there. With the 180 horsepower, 131 pounds-foot of torque, you get 15.5 quarter mile. The Prelude, which is much heavier, with an H22, you get 15.1. Okay, that's this car does this time. Okay, that's the Type SH. Does a 15.1, weighing over 200 pounds more than this. Okay. Well, all right. Let's see if there's anything else interesting. The power band. When you look at the power band, where it reaches 200 horsepower, this is where it reaches 200 horsepower. So when you're on the gas on the H22, you're making a whole lot more power across the entire rev range than with a Type-R motor. You've got this one little sweet spot up top where you're making a shit ton. Same thing with a B16. It skyrockets after VTEC, and there's nothing down here.